Oh, my mic was already unmuted. Great. That means my cough was probably the first thing that was audible. Sponsored by... I'm not going to do that, because I'm not. Sponsored by sponsors.
Well, hello again, long time no see.
Ha. Ha 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 ha. Here, I'll do this one more time just for the hell of it. So much easier than not in multiplayer. Ooh, another thing that I hadn't gotten yet. Another thing that I hadn't gotten yet.
If you get anything actually good for me, keep it until tomorrow and let me know, smile.
I can just send it to you. Ooh, another thing that I hadn't gotten yet. Wow.
Oh yeah, info or go about the email thing.
Nope. Mr. Weirdhead. Huh? Mantle.
Great. Now bring him here, friend.
Let's check out this case log.
Burton. It's me. Burton. Listen, we're on to something. I've got a hunch. It could be the key to everything we've lost. There's a girl who died, but there's something off about the case. We have to find out what happened to the girl.
Ah, the black eye thing is just so weird. It makes my eyes water. Okay.
Got a lot to do, you and me. Or is it you and I?
I told you, that's why you loot everything.
Looks like my journal is full of obituaries. Aha!
Literally
That's what I
loot
was
every
doing.
container ever.
Meet me there.
You know, life took a dark turn for me recently. Ran out of booze. In entirely unrelated news, some memories have started coming back to me. But not everything. What was your name again, friend?
Mozera Hayusinian Yonnun Alamir Andreev. And don't forget.
I see. I'll try to remember that this time. I'm struggling with this one. Grasping at these sinuous threads, but they slip through my hands like in one of those stress dreams where you can't pick up a bottle. Or is that just me?
I do believe you're in the vicinity of what my guidebook refers to as a neuritic monster of some kind. Part human, part witch, all terror. Be a champ and, you know, end it.
No! I knew I was close to a ledge, but I didn't know I was that close. Did we ever tell you the definition of fucking 8-year-old jokes? Let's make a Far Cry 3 joke. Oh, of course, now there's enemies here. I guess this is a great time to test the effectiveness of certain weapons.
Is this how it ends? Yeah.
Wow, this sniper rifle is pretty good. It's a little bit hard to use because of the firing delay.
Told you it was ghost chili night at the Morgan residence, did they? Well, too bad. Chili's for family only.
haven't tried this thing yet. What the fuck, dude? He's immune?
Wasted and pasted. Here we go.
Ah, yes. Made quick work of that bridge. Perhaps if it were quicker, you'd be nailing your head to the wall of its cave, or wherever a foul beast like that might rest. But anyway, winning was nothing.
Oh, it's the Mario gun. Would you get out from behind that building, you mother... I want to Mario you.
Shoot up.
Fine then. Mario only run. Flower power. Clairvoyance.
Wonder what's back there. Let's crack it open.
Damn it, I forgot to put it back on cooperation so that legendary that's in that zone I won't get back. Damn it.
That is the Procurer's house. A strangely shaped one of theirs. Approach it with caution. Ah, I feared this might be the case. We need to flush him out. There is a gas line nearby. Route it into his house.
Such derp-tastic music. This is like Conker's music.
Perhaps the gas needs a little nudge.
Hey.
Where are those guys?
Pick the wrong fight.
Otherwise, do pick it up. Carefully.
Oops, I clicked the video time slider and put it back. I didn't hear how you responded to my hi, but what's up again?
How's it going?
Put all of this unpleasantness behind us.
What's going on?
I ask only that you leave it
Howdy do.
open. And should you hear any knocking from within, don't knock back.
Good, just chillin'.
Why haven't you been on the past couple days? What have you been doing? Playing like Realm on your computer or some shit with Brandon? Not Brandon. John? Jondon? Jondon Snow?
Yeah, that and Smite on PC.
You can run that on your fucking garbage laptop?
He left his PS4 controller at his mom's house so he can't play PS4 with me, and yet I can run it at a respectable frame rate and I'm Isaac Tua.
Oh, so... You're already done with Neo 2?
completely. I just wanted to take a break since I was starting to get burnt out.
Shouldn't have taken it so serious. Why so serious?
I am quite serious. Always check your dryer before you start alone, lest you make the same mistake I once made.
He'll be on later this week and we can party up and play some co-op or just talk.
It's no big deal. I was playing with that other dude earlier. I helped him power level a character to max level in 6 hours. We just farmed the jackpot thing.
Hello?
Wow.
Burton?
And to be honest, it could have been way faster. You know me, I take forever
So you weren't gonna
and
let
then
me
sit
use
there
your
and
secret
rant or
passageway?
explain something for like 30 minutes.
What can I say?
So,
Yes,
it probably could have been like less than 3 hours easily if we were
I
actually
thought you
doing
meant
it.
on Neo LOL.
Oh, no. On Borderlands.
Let's cross-reference these obituaries.
Got him from level 1 to 57.
This one says Lyle Pittman. Looks like he died trying to give CPR to an electrified critch
The blonde guy.
that he loved. Named Elmer.
Yeah.
Oops.
That's
Not her. I've got that obituary right here.
He's probably still watching. He probably just fell asleep.
Let's see, we've got Audra Mayhew, missing, presumed dead, after rambling endlessly about reaching the Fish Queen. Why does that sound familiar?
that's a shame. Bet she's not the one we're looking for either.
Brad. He's such a Chad. Brad
This one
Chad.
says Brad? Just Brad.
Taste the danger.
Looks like he died trying to taste the danger.
Yeah, that one's a wild story. I'll tell you about it sometime. This smells like a dead end, but I've got a hunch, and I always follow my hunches. Let's check out that crypt.
We got another goober run cycle. They always look so... Oh! Okay. Gas, 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 gonna step on the gas.
I can't go in there.
Nice set.
What's wrong, bud? Crips give you the willies or something?
No, it's not that. There's this whisper of a memory. Let's go on ahead. Find the girl.
Labrador Tila.
He looks sad.
No, all the characters have their eyes, like, cut out. Here's my inventory currently. Look at these anoints. The pearl of ineffable knowledge. This thing is literally god tier. For any gun that you have consecutive damage hits, this shit is insane. I was killing Mayhem 4 Grave Ward with just my Lyuda and almost just one infinite ammo burst.
That's crazy for Moze.
They also
Wow.
buffed the shit out of the Krakatoa and made it incredibly overpowered.
Those are all DLC items.
No. This is not. Neither is the Krakatoa or my Lauda. These are DLC items. The Heartbreaker is a DLC item.
Also, do the new DLC items drop in the raid?
The raid? No. They only drop in the DLC, and some of them are glitched out currently and only drop from chests and not even their loot sources. You can't even get them from enemies. They only literally drop out of chests, because they added the Skull Masher in this game in this DLC, but you can only get it from chests.
She'll be safe in here. I made sure nothing will ever disturb her again. I hope, wherever she is, she can forgive me. Even though I'll never forgive myself. The painting is the key, so...
That's
keep
dumb
it with me,
LOL.
make sure she can rest in peace. Well, that was definitely me.
Yeah, it's a glitch.
Why would I be carrying a painting? Oh, huh. Would you look at that? I do have it here.
They also added this weird hotfix for this little mini game you can play in Sanctuary.
Take a look.
It's me in the painting.
This speaks to me from the far side of a jar black chasm. An echo of an echo. Here, take it. I can't look at it anymore. There's something.
Wrong about it. Something
Wrong about it.
just
It's so loud suddenly.
This all feels so familiar. Would you look at that? Secrets upon secrets.
Hey, look, it's one of the skulls they used in the Halloween DLC. Or not DLC, but the event. That content of which is still in your game files, but you can't use it or access it. You can't, like, I want to imagine there are some people out there that are such crazy people that they actually go out of their way to save edit the old event items, like the wedding invitation. The wedding invitation is obsolete now. Even though it is technically still the best sniper rifle, you just can't get one that's level 57. And won't be able to for another fucking year.
Racking him up. Get over here, dickweed.
Gas
This
call
gun-
also.
This gun is pretty good. To be honest, I'm surprised. Normally the random guns that I pick up aren't this good. What is it called again? The Clairvoyance. And I don't even have the bonus corrosive damage active on it.
What up?
Here, let's put the radiation on. Oh. What is this cursed music? This sounds like one of those off-tune, like it's like Ocean Man off-tune.
Hell yeah! Flash zone!
So it leaves a sticky bomb which explodes with a second bullet in the direction of an enemy. It's like a Becca. Old Iridian Flamadiddle. More like Blabadiddle. Ooh. Mouth chest. That looks like a, yeah, I was gonna say. That's the flood. The flood. Too bad it wasn't anointed with elements, so it would actually be decent.
Burton found a strange box and a grave marked Iris.
Iris. That must be the girl.
Come on, Skull Masher.
Stirs something
Damn
in
it.
me. Something pecking at the fringes of my mind. Bring me that box. There must be a connection.
This is a long fucking submission.
This symbol. I recognize it.
The artifact has been recovered! Hand it over, wretch! It's not meant for you!
Looks like you're after the box. Not today, no way.
Look at how much extra damage that is when I do the annoyance. Oh.
Remember where I've seen that symbol. We've got a
Oh.
gunsmith named Hartford. That's the man
Shit,
that sits
dude.
in the box.
125%.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as surprised as anybody. But hey, if anything should happen to me, I need you to keep after this mystery in my stead. Here, you hold on to the box for safekeeping.
Oh, but this one doesn't have nearly as much mag. Even remotely as much mag. Half the mag. Oh, that's damage.
Thanks for your help, though. I'm gonna go ahead and secret passages. And no, you're not invited. I'll see you at the gunsmith shop.
Because this gun is one of the best in the game currently. Oh, there's a mission here I haven't got yet. There's a ton of new meta guns ever since they started buffing them like crazy. The Krakatawa hits for like 200 to 300,000 a hit with a fully automatic sniper rifle. It's just as good as the Lyuda. It's just the Lyuda's better if you're on Moze. But if you're on any other character, that weapon, the Krakatawa, will be incredibly deadly. Hold on, did I put that on? No, I have 3 shotguns equipped. Oh wait, no, I don't. I don't have 3 shotguns equipped. It's just the Dictator is basically a shotgun. Krakatawa. Oh, thanks, game.
I don't know, I thought he was whatever did a pretty good job. It was a lot easier to follow than Eidolons of Lost 1 through 8.
Well, that's just the problem, isn't it? I didn't join an Eldritch book club to not go mad in an all-consuming quest for forbidden knowledge.
Well, that's your opinion. I happen to like it.
All right, brothers, settle down. Brother Lexius, what did you think of the author's decision to describe the Great Woods in text, rather than unknowable triglyphs scrawled in the blood of a willing acolyte? Well, I found it needlessly reductive, hardly befitting one such as... He whose name is Oblivion, the Forgotten One, sleeper beyond the gate of silence, insensate tongue of the umbral void. But I'm sure Brother Codex would disagree.
Honestly, I hardly noticed a difference.
What? Didn't notice? Did you even read the book?
Well, I listened to the books on Echo version while doing laundry. The gist.
The gist? You got the gist of the Forgotten One's 9th Eidolon of Lost listening to it on an Echo. Give me strength. Is this a book club or an Echo club? Honestly, Brother Codex, I have to say I kind of agree with Brother Lexius here. We all agreed to read the book, not to listen to it.
Listening to it is reading. Your ears.
It's really not. There are subtleties and nuances in the text you just can't capture through a recorded reading.
If I read the text for too long, I start to get a headache.
Yes, Brother Codex, that's kind of the point. That's just what the onset of Eldritch Madness feels like.
I can go plenty mad listening to the Forgotten One's ramblings, thank you very much.
Well, speaking of the author, we mustn't neglect
You don't say the author's intent.
the author's intent.
Here we go again, you and your Githian damned authorial intent. If he whose name is Oblivion, the Forgotten One, sleeping...
How long does this go on for?
...had wanted me to read the book, maybe he should have used better handwriting, or gotten an editor, or added some Githian damn illustrations.
You would have the Ninth Eidolon of Lost be reduced to a comic book. What's next? Adapted to a movie?
Don't give him any ideas.
Fine, you know what? I'll just read it right now, shall I?
And what? We'll just sit here in silence waiting?
Yeah, sounds great.
Fine.
Fine.
Fine!
Goodbye. Why is the music so loud?
I can hardly hear you over this blasted bonded book club. No one is taking anything out until I can hear myself think. Now you need the proper credentials. Acquire the library card, and I shall look the other way. Now that a sensible volume has been restored, I can tell you that the Nibblenomicon is located in the Forbidden Stacks. Though I should warn you, everyone who's ever checked that book out has met a terrible fate. Late fees.
I will admit, true what the young lady said. Terrible fates have befallen all who gaze upon the Nibblenomicon's accursed pages, which are all of them.
Goodbye.
They come.
Goodbye. What is this? Is this Mayhem 4 or is this fucking base game difficulty? You'd never know.
Knocked it down.
You never know what difficulty this is. God, tower. Oh my.
That's just what I do.
Where did you guys run? Tactical tentacle. Tactical. Big guy's dead. Got him. Got him. That guy has armor. No, those fucking bean shitters are like the Borderlands 2 witch doctors. Oh my god, I can't hit that guy. That's here. I killed him so hard, he's still fucking... Oh god, that makes my eyes water. Dude, the music fucking bangs, dude.
The Nibblenomicon is near, just through there. Quickly, Vault Hunter. I'm ravenous with anticipation.
He sounds like the potion seller.
One of these poor souls must have bought the frozen daiquiri recipe. A pickle drink that. Well, one must have the book. You'll just have to pry it from their cold, fragile hands.
No way that he says words like that makes me fucking... My potions are too strong for you. Maybe you should find someone that sells weaker potions.
LOL.
Ah, the grand definitive work on infernal Aha! That one tried to grab the valve for the central heating system. A good idea. Pick it up. Now, put the valve in its proper place and dispel the frost. Maybe then, the location of the toe will become clear.
It's just the way that he finishes every sentence.
Quickly now. Pick it up.
Finally! I've been freezing my deco edges off over here. Get me out of here before I get all moldy.
It seems there are others who share my literary interests. Go about your dog's business and dissuade them.
Tell the others I said something cool. Jeez.
I've wasted my life. Things must
Insane damage.
Finally, the unhallowed mysteries of the Nibelnomicon will soon be revealed. The vegan turducken, the eggplant parmesan, the elf did it. Take it, and whatever you do, do not read it yourself.
See, my potions are too strong for you. Unutterable ingredients, inconceivable flavors.
Now, swiftly, away to the librarian to check it out.
Don't listen to that old stick in the mud. You can read me. Come on, open me up. Just check the table of contents real quick. Listen, between you and me, page 666, there is a recipe for fettuccine and demo gorgonzola. It is to die for, literally.
Do not be swayed by its charms, however zesty they may be.
At first I didn't like that character, but he grew on me very fast.
Got the book.
Just like the potion seller.
This place gives me the creeps.
Oh, you found the book. Well, go on, give it here. Now, I'll just open it to stamp the date here on this perfectly innocuous end page. And this, some kind of recipe? I can't stop reading it. Oh!
A shame. But there's no saving her. This is why she belongs with me. Nothing good ever comes of
The Nibblenomicon. Nibble. And we gotta put that over the no. But it's the frackin' toaster. I'm sorry, Malawan Ball. He even matches the weapon. He matches the slow hand. That's a big-ass trinket also. Why does he gyrate like that?
Rip stink eye. Be right back.
The game is so much funner now that there are so many more legendaries which actually do damage.
Till death do us part.
Wonderful. Just leave it on the bar so that I may attempt one of its recipes.
I upgraded Death Trap to be certified in conflict resolution. And
Shut up, Gage.
Just kidding.
Okay. Retreat to a minimum safe distance or something?
I am quite but not big. Damned chowder, salty. Sugar-free sugar cookies. Perhaps, yes, of course. Xylorgos queso. For this recipe, I must summon the foulest, most profane substance known to the Nibblenomicon. Clottu, cilantro, nicto.
took up interpretive dance for a while. Just, you know.
Shut your fucking face, Gage.
Now, carefully transmit the final ingredients to the cauldron over the fireplace.
I spy with my little eyes something.
Yes, yes. With the queso complete, the townsfolk will be drawn to the lodge in droves. Of course, someone should taste it. Just to be sure.
Oh, I would, but I'm, super cursed with unspeakable lactose intolerance. Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, no, no. Not you, dear Vault Hunter. Simply feed a wound to the Nibblenomicon. We shall see soon enough if the recipe was a success.
Ever feel like you missed your calling? Pastry chef or a process server.
Oh, that's some of the best damn Xylorgos queso I have ever had. The cilantro perfectly overpowers and ruins any other redeeming flavors. It's so good, it makes
you just to taste it again.
Sweet, savory success. I am most thankful for your assistance.
Bullets and bombs. I used to have one just like that. Support local business. Sell to Marcus. Have some money. Now why not spend it? You'll be back.
The laws cannot protect.
I used to have one just like that. Shoot more, shuttler.
What's city like? Pretty sweet, I bet.
And raucous, full of gunfire and ferocious prey.
To tell you.
Talking fish.
Thank you. The wine is best left in my care for safekeeping and safe drinking.
You're wasting your life. Everybody's saying it.
How many more side quests do you have?
For the DLC, probably like 4 or 5. For the entire game, a lot.
Look at all these fine people. I'm a damn lucky man. See your folks on couples tattoos. To go. Wish my daddy were here. Rest in peace, you bastard.
Doom, doom.
You still haven't
got
done
that.
all the base game side quest?
Doom. You got that. Something that I need. Like. So. It's Ricardo.
Why ain't anyone dancing? Don't make me get out my shotgun.
Jeez.
Apropos of nothing, but if you have a destination wedding, let's kick things off.
Can you?
Well, Alistair and I are good and hitched, and now it's time to revel into the night. I'm talking a party. When you really, at Nick, are you sure you're feeling well enough for such things?
Don't you go fretting over me, Alistair. I'm feeling mighty fine, like a new man.
Well, in that case, let the festivities commence.
Vault Hunter, you'll see what game you're cooking up.
Ooh, and the cankerwood, I'm missing a lot. I like how there's like a tiny piece, there's like a tiny little blue square you see at the bottom of the screen where it looks like I've discovered a section of that. How? How? You can pet this thing 50 times to get a badass rank that doesn't give you any fucking guardian rank. It's just a dumb, meaningless challenge where you can pet him 50 times to have it say you petted him 50 times and you don't get anything from it. That makes me angry.
Maybe you need to pet him more?
No. It would show a little thing on the left side of the screen every 2 pets, because that's what it was doing when I did it all the way up into 50. And then once I got to 50, it stopped continuing. And I was like, My fucking monster truck started up in the background, you know what I mean? Then again, you're a city boy, so I don't know if you've ever been around a monster truck to know how loud they actually are when they start. I'd recommend if you ever do decide to go to something like that in your lifetime, definitely do bring earplugs. You'll thank me later. Or just wear earplugs when you're watching me, because I'm a lot more screamer lately. He's a lot more of a screamer.
You get a pistol kaleidoscope.
What? You get a pistol kaleidoscope. I have no idea. What you're talking about. Also, what's up, Chris?
What?
What is that sound, dude? That ambient is spooky. I'm spooked.
Keep petting it and get a pistol.
Kaleidoscope? I think I might have already got that and didn't even realize what it was and sold it.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to pet him 100 times. Yeah. That's stupid. Why doesn't it tell you that it has any more progress then? If after 50 they stop showing it. This isn't fucking Dark Souls. The only secret that should ever be in a Borderlands game is how do you shoot the barrels in what order to make Tannis ride the fish in the one level with water. And I've never done it right. I'm so dumb, though. I should have assumed that, but I was also like, I guess you could say I didn't go for it because I've lost faith. I've lost a lot of faith in developers nowadays actually doing cool, unique stuff. And then turns out it's probably garbage anyways. It's not like it's gonna be good. Now, I guess the real question is, and I'm sure someone out there has already tried this, if you pet him another 100 times after the first time, does it count?
Always forget the order.
Yeah, and it's different in BL3 because the elements are different. There's no, there's more barrel types. And there's no slag barrel. I love how they kind of secretly added slag into Borderlands 3. I say secretly because I don't think they intended for the effect to be thought of in that way. But they added one of the new Guardian rank skills they added for the green part of the Guardian rank.
The Anarchy shotgun is so broke makes my system crash on Amara.
Gives you 5%, well, it doesn't give you, it just makes the monster take 5% increased damage per active status effect on them. So if you can get all the different elements on them, you can do so much extra damage. 25%. I shouldn't say it's so much extra, but 25% is a lot when you're stacking it. There's more than 5 elements, of course, but it's very rare that you're going to get more than 5 elements on an enemy. And then be shooting them with white damage. Because you need shock, radiation, corrosive, fire, cryo. Am I forgetting one? Cryo, corrosive.
If they don't nerf that gun, they might as well bring back old Flaker.
Cryo, corrosive, kinetic. Shock. Radiation. Fire. 6. So that's 6 damage types. Or I think I'm forgetting one. Oh wait, no, I was thinking of slag, but slag doesn't exist in this game. So radiation kind of replaced slag. in terms of the effect lineup. Because explosive damage isn't a separate effect anymore. Explosive damage is just kinetic damage. Or white damage, as some people call it. But it's kinetic damage, technically speaking.
Zero core fire rat shock.
Sorry, I was having a smoke.
Its lag. Why?
The Anarchy shotgun? What do you mean? Oh, you mean the new one that they added in the DLC? Yeah. Yeah, that gun is a little bit ridiculous. That gun needs, it either needs to be patched so it has a cap on the stacks, or they need to figure out a way to actually make it work without crashing the game when you pull the trigger with too much shit. That's why I use the Insider and not that shotgun, because even though that shotgun's really good once you get it going, talking about this one right here, it gives you gauges. This shotgun has gauges Anarchy effect on it.
Show me the Anarchy gun, Dustin.
It's right here. Oh, it does have a stack cap. I thought it stacked infinitely.
Crashes my game on Amara.
You should try and report that. Do you have a Reddit or a Twitter or anything to... at someone about it?
I do.
Because I was gonna say they'll definitely try and patch it as long as it's made and note that it is a problem.
Dustin?
But it's also just Amara crashes the system. I'm not using it for a bit. It won't kill anything in Mayhem 4 for me without building it up first, because it's not a fire one. It's not fire and it's not anointed. If it was fire, it would be a different story, but it's not fire and it's not anointed, so it's not going to be that great. I'll try, though. You just got to let me go to the bathroom first. But yeah, Mara and Flak crash games really easily because of their skills with the bouncing bullets and other shit like that. Moze is pretty standard, so she doesn't really cause a lot of crashes with her gameplay, usually speaking.
I'm still trying to get through playthrough 1 on Neo 2, just got to the 6th zone.
Nice.
It's like Zero and Borskill.
Oh, there it is. I was like, I couldn't see the quest marker because this map is so big. Yeah. The game's just really prone to crashing with that type of stuff. It's one of the reasons why I haven't played that character a whole lot. It's the only character I've never made a character of because I know how crashy it can be. And I just don't care to be in the middle of mobbing or fighting a boss and have the game crash because I use an action skill and then use a very overpowered weapon following my action skill and the game just goes and just does a black hole on itself.
Been enjoying Neo 2 running heavy armor and axe for now. We slash.
We slash.
I'm so...
I don't know what I thought that was. I definitely knew it was a body of something, but I was like, why is it up there in the air, hanging like that?
Wow, just the 130% increased damage is crazy. You can do 3 takedown with just the gun.
Yeah, the only thing that's terrible about it is you get that horrible screen shake if you're close to anything when you shoot it. Here, let's get my radiation anoint active.
I'm on a freaking roll!
Yeah, but you have to not go down or ever have your stacks reset. And you need one of different elements. If it even comes... Oh yeah, it does come in different elements. I've seen it in different elements. Recoverable.
Puddles are the only things keeping the shapes out of my house! Vanishing one. Quite resourceful. Even drained those bottles containing power. You will have to smash them to break the wall around the house.
Best is times 20.
I can see them again! Too many corners, not enough sides. Cut off the corners! Cut off the corners!
That glitch effect is painful to look at.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why I stopped using it earlier. It's whenever you turn or move, or you sit still or you sprint. It goes with the direction of movement. It reminds me of the Beowulf God Mode effect. I know I always mention the Beowulf game, but this actually seriously looks like the Beowulf effect when you went into like the God Rage mode that he had. Excuse me? Oh, the fucker.
He has lost whatever vestige of humanity. A thousand gratitudes. You are ever our valued guest.
It's got a screen shake, a glitch effect that happens. Oh my god.
Wow, this gun is busted, LOL.
Yeah, it's good on any character. The lob is also really good. It was better for a while, but they buffed it and then re-nerfed it because it was actually so good. You could fire it at bosses, and even if the boss wasn't flesh, they would die almost instantly. No, I kind of expected this thing to be a lot better.
You like best. I like the jackpot zone better, but this one brought some nice weapons. I love the lucky 7 piston on bottomless Moze.
Yeah, that's what I use to clear takedown. I don't do true takedown though, because that's just if you want to show off to me. They buffed the Hell Shock and made this thing fucking insane as well. They gave it 2 projectiles all the time. Rid of your shield. Hell Shock is... They buffed a lot of guns to make it more viable for Mayhem 4, so you can actually use different things now.
Oh dear, yeah, Hell Shock is a beast now. Wow, they're making all these weapons so good.
Oh yeah, they're making it all compatible so that when Mayhem 2 comes out, because they're remaking the Mayhem mode to be a lot more user fun and less user fuck you. So. But to be honest, it's a lot better now, just because a lot more weapons are viable. You're not painted into a fucking corner.
How so?
They're reworking the negative and positive effect system. Pretty much the entire system.
I wouldn't even play Mayhem 4.
Yeah. Now it's so... I wouldn't necessarily say Mayhem 4 is so easy, but you get... All it takes is a couple decent guns, and you can kill enemies and bosses reliably. Whereas before, it would have been literally impossible. Right? No, not necessarily only positives, but negatives that are more gameplay orientated and less just enemy fires 3 rockets at once sort of bullshit. They're just generally trying to make this game more playable overall and trying to actually make the experience enjoyable. I wouldn't necessarily say that they have made it easy, because it's still really hard if you just try to jump into Mayhem 4. Like I said, you do have to have some like decent gear first. You're not just going to walk into Mayhem 4 with purples. Because it's still the same difficulty that it was before. It's just now a lot more of the legendary guns are actually very strong and are legendaries.
Oh man, the Slater zones where Badisses spammed rockets. Yeah, they just gotta make performance better.
Sometimes it's alright. Like, sometimes I won't get lag for like 15 to 30 minutes.
Also purple TDORs LOL.
Honestly, TD or chucking isn't even the best way to deal damage anymore.
No, but I have a secret. I brought a boatload of fireworks. But when those, like, freak show rejects...
Not that it isn't as viable, but you saw how much damage just using the Krakatawa does. Imagine Krakatawa on Amara with an elemental build. with anoint on it for 150% of a different elemental type.
Nani. What could be better?
Or different types of some of the elemental weapons. The Kibsworth used to be one of the best weapons in this game, and now it's actually like a mid-tier weapon. The only good Kibsworths now are the ones that shoot 3 bullets at once. The normal Kibsworth isn't nearly as good as it used to be. Having an XZ41 is better. Yeah. On Amara, it probably does. I don't think on Moze, unless you had, like, a lot of good anoints. Plus, they actually gave Moze a class mod that allows her to heal without using other things. And they added healing weapons, like the Heartbreaker and stuff like that. Granted, the Heartbreaker doesn't heal worth a shit. And it only heals on the direct damage, not on the overtime damage.
I like Green Monster. Do you even use a transformer at this point then?
Yes, I do. I use it because I don't have that class mod. I'm still using a Bloodletter build. My only method of healing is when my shield capacity increases, and then I get a critical kill that gives me shield regen. That's the only way that I heal with this build currently, because this build doesn't even have most of the normal stuff. This is just a straight up boss killer. Like, I don't even have this because on a lot of my weapons, this is actually... Having points here is a weapon downgrade compared to having match set, because I need to have match set to get the mag size that I lose from having to swap out this for this. Because this is 10 per skill. So if I have 4 of the same types equipped, then I get 40% mag. So if I put on 4 Vladovs, then I get a Lyuda that has 40% extra mag on it. Which is way better doing it that way, even though it sounds convoluted, because this is way stronger than any other relic in the game. Green Monster is great, but you can literally be invulnerable with the new class mod, because it heals you directly for damage dealt. So you can just go true tank Moze. You don't even get this skill. Because by not having a Bloodletter comm, you won't be able to heal shields. So... You want to prioritize health instead of shields? Wait, am I going the wrong way?
Just feed the birds.
What is even this way? Honestly, the things that suck the most now are weapons that used to be considered good. because they didn't buff them when they buffed the rest. So shit like Lucian's calls are dog shit. Like, these are terrible.
Like green monster class mod and then have like on your shield and grenade mod different elements on action skill and.
These are only good when you can get them with 150% of another element on them. Otherwise, they're complete garbage. You're better off using a Shred of Fire or a Dictator. Even a laser sploder is fucking insane still. And this wasn't even buffed ever, but this was always insane. Mine has terrible mag size. Is it anointed? Oh, weapon damage is increased by 100% for a short time.
To the pre-sequel.
Yeah, one of the first missions in that game where you help Janie try and recover a thing, and then Mr. Torg butts in and wants you to destroy it, and then you have to roll it off that ledge, and it's incredibly slow to fall. Nemesis is also very good. This thing is a sleeper weapon. I just like it because certain versions of it have a gangster lean when you aim. Both of the versions that I have currently don't, sadly. This is another weapon that not that many people talk about being good, but is pretty good for a doll. What is even up here? Oh, the gondola. The granola.
You think the only one was harder?
If I could aim with it.
Wait, I lost count.
No.
If like the Nemesis.
Hey, hands off the goods, you wackos.
Didn't even pay any attention to her. That doesn't even zoom in any farther. It just adds a fucking thing in my way to see.
Shoot up.
One of the things that's great about the DLCs
is there's no fucking anointed enemies. That's one of the things I didn't even realize why I was enjoying playing this so much more. There's no fucking shitty purple guys.
They still didn't patch those guys to make them easier?
Nope. In the base game, that's the only thing about Mayhem mode that really sucks a big dick, is anointed enemies are still there. Lob. Lob, schlob.
Gage? The fireworks aren't here.
What? Oh, come on. That was gonna be the big surprise for the newlyweds. Friggin' bummer. But, like, someone must have taken them, right? The hell, dude? Someone's setting them off. Go find them and stop them. They're gonna ruin the surprise.
Is she Tiny Tina? Is she Gage? You'll never know.
And the stupid one-shot bull that tracks you.
Yes. What? It didn't instantly kill that guy?
Thank you.
There we go. $843K. There was a period of time where this weapon shot 3 projectiles at once. It was only for a week, but during that week, it was literally you could insta-kill anything.
Got the thief in my sights.
Why do they nerf things sad?
Get those fireworks back.
Just buff shit.
You gotta pummel that truck with bullets. That should cause the boxes of fireworks to fall
It
off
was
that
buffed
shady
though. The
way.
lob used to be a joke weapon. It's still god tier. It just doesn't shoot 3 projectiles at once anymore.
No one told you to stand there.
This is the only thing they need to fix. Is how little damage these fucking... How little damage the vehicles do.
Like the red text on Iron Cannon Fun Detective Dan.
Fun detected.
Wow, literally shot at it for 2 minutes. No. Good job breaking the game. Good job.
I just realized my fucking bike has 212,000 health. They've actually buffed the vehicles so you just don't die in true Vault Hunter mode instantly to shit anymore. He can bully me all he wants. I'm one speedy boy. How is he going that fast in that vehicle, dude? Like, actually. Yeah, honk your horn at me all you want, dingus. Whoa!
Remember the missions you have to drive and vehicle just gets one shot. No. You can just glitch spawn it at the end though.
Yeah, but you still have to go and kill the guy.
Feeling it.
So good.
Got him? Nice. You know, you do good work, Vault Hunter. Real good. Did you snag the remote detonator too? Ugh, that dickwad must have it. Take that thief out and get it back. Death trap! Another man!
Claving their asses.
Oh, and now gauge drinks as well? Awesome. Gotta devolve every character. Get off my tires, bro. got if I could hit him in the head. Times 10 and cider. Nah, I like mine.
Snipers were as till recently.
Yeah. This weapon is so outclassed now by other weapons. Funny when the shotgun mode is more effective than the actual gun mode.
Never really liked the gun. They're guns that take annoyance and really good accuracy to make them good. Get it on a crit spot, the person will be deleted. But getting it on that crit spot when it's fully revved up is the hard part. The Lucian's Call is even worse. Almost unusable now. Oh, a Roizen's Thorns. That's anointed with a pretty decent anoint. I'll try it. I'll try out anything.
Cage, we are locked, cocked, and ready to run.
Awesome. Okay, now bring that detonator back to the lodge. This is gonna be so awesome!
Are there any more enemies I can fight on this map? It's not bad. For Roys and Thorns, anyways. I'll go see if those enemies down there respawn. I just want to see how bad this is going to be against flesh, because it's corrosive, so. But it has 125% incendiary on it, so. Cool, you do that.
I thought the LV5 blue cap was stupid.
To be honest, I think they should have just did it 10 levels at a time, but they didn't want to give people too much power at once, in their own words.
Here we go.
If only that had decent stats on it, man. Three in Phalanx Doctrine and 2 in Redline is what I want. Garbage for the garbage pile of weapons that used to be good but are not anymore.
So-called frostbiters from afar. They are a fascinating anthropological case study of mass delirium. From what I've been able to pick up through my parabolic microphone, they appear to believe in a vague amalgam of malevolent entities referred to only as the collective they. The frostbiters seem to be tortured by voices and hallucinations.
Accent plus fast
All
forward.
psychopathic, I am sure. Though I myself have been experiencing...
Oh, fastball in this game does shit damage, though. It'd take like 5 or 6 to kill one enemy.
Someone there.
So sad.
You're done.
They also buffed Hyperion shields on weapons, so the shields are actually decent now.
Nate's our Garbo on 3.
Epicenter's pretty good. Not for damage, but for stacking effects and stuff like that. there aren't really any good killing nades, but there weren't really any good killing nades in BL2 besides like Stormfront and stuff, and that was only in specific situations. Most of the time you'd use... Yeah. But it didn't hold up to Mayhem, though. Granted, the one I was using was level 47, but if a gun is truly overpowered, it being 3 levels lower than the max level cap would still be good. Like, if you got a Krakatoa that was level 50, like 54 or 53, that would still kill shit, no problem, at 57. Why do you always look so drugged out?
Crash my game, LOL.
We never had it crash our game a lot. I think it only ever crashed our game once.
Also, just real quick, if you happen to see that good word.
And we like pushed the boundaries of it. We had like 3 people chucking gas calls back to back. Why does she always look so drugged out in this game? What the fuck did they do to her?
We had 3 people using it at one point, but it wouldn't crash. Yeah, exactly. It got close though, the game would freeze for a couple seconds though.
Yeah. It would get real hang up, like it would hang for a while. If you tried to open your menu or pause while it was happening, it would take like an extra 10 seconds for that shit to get off your screen. And then we had it happen several times where you went to open your menu and you just get locked in the menu screen and you have to close the game. But luckily I think they patched that shit for the most part.
I got an old PS4 still holding on till PS5. PS Pro was a shitty cash grab on Sony's part.
How so? I have a PS4 Pro. I get to play this game at 60 FPS, man. Granted, it's 60 FPS where like every 360th frame is a but it's better than Bloodborne. Bloodborne's frame rate is terrible. Leave that at 100. Just turn up the dialogue a little bit. Pump up the voice. Pump it up.
How might I say your desire?
Man, you super creeped me out at first. You still do, but now I know you're a real stand-up dude.
I am most delighted to hear that you're taking a shine to me.
A shine to me.
Perhaps you would like to stay perpetually. Very well. But you know this.
That's a chungus no.
Should you ever return?
So, what's gonna happen to the town now that the monster's dead?
Do not let it trouble you.
Does the game run at 30 FPS on base PS4?
Wheresoever there is death,
If it was like way better I would have gotten a Pro, but I seen it as cash grab by Sony.
No, it's just a normal PS4 with a slightly bigger die and more GRAM. If anything, the PS4 Slim was a cash grab. The Pro at least offered something different. Neo 2 runs at 1080p, 60 FPS, butter crispy, smooth, no frame drops. Well, as long as you're not playing in multiplayer anyways. But it's normally buttery smooth. Butter. This game has some frame issues, but there are places like this right here where it's nice and 60 FPS.
Neo 2 runs like butter on base though.
Yeah, but it runs at 720p. Most TVs, it's gonna look blown up on and pixelated with the anti-aliasing like being real jagged. That's why a lot of people think it looks like a PlayStation 3 game. Because it's not, it's very small resolution compared to what most people's TVs and shit are.
Congratulations.
Just pull the...
People don't know what they be talking about when they say PS2 or PS3 graphics and foul.
Neo just doesn't use an excessive amount of bloom and stuff like that on a lot of stuff. If you turn it into resolution mode, it does though. How's it going, Mike? Everybody's showing up this morning. I wish I was streaming for longer.
Yeah, I am up early, lol. How was the DLC in your opinion? I thought it decent. Definitely better than the main game's story.
I like the first one better. I like the jackpot better. I feel like the story in this was let down by the fact they made Gage into Lilith, basically, and just was like, here's your character. Here's the dumbest possible version of that character. Oh no, my death trap is going to die, even though you literally built it from scrap. You literally bragged about the fact that you built him in the other games. When you're talking to Axton in the pre-sequel and you're getting all buddy-buddy with him, you're talking about the fact that he's custom-made.
Jackpot better, but this one has better weapons.
Yes, this one has better stuff.
You ready to dig a little deeper?
Way better.
Thanks for meeting me.
Laughing, but that's the problem with this game, the characters all feel off.
History of that box. Let's see if the gunsmith is in.
Hell, even Timothy, like Jack's clone, is like horribly awkward at times. Although I do love Freddy. He stayed in character, but that's because it's Handsome Jack's voice actor. But the writing they had for him, I thought was pretty terrible. There were a couple times where he was like, I can't remember exactly, but it's like, I keep saying that, and it's annoying me. The first couple lines of dialogue, I feel like kind of come off heavy-handed. It's like one of those things that Borderlands used to do well, is character introductions. A character would scream their name at you 500 times, or would have it pop up on the screen in like a giant fashion or something like that. And I feel like the character reveals and the dialogue lines that they have in this game are super fucking weak, even when it comes to that DLC. The only one that has a decent final introduction, which technically isn't an introduction, it's an introduction or whatever you want to call it, is where you go to fight Freddy and the loaders that he has rips his pants off before he gets into the fight. That's how you fucking start a boss fight. Not whatever bullshit they've done for the rest of the 90% of the game.
Lock. Yeah, Freddy is top tier. Lol.
It's so much better. Even just watching Jack be animated in the little preview sequence when you first do the DLC, I wish I could replay that sequence. I mean, I can when I go to True Vault Hunter mode, but I love that sequence because
they change writers for this game?
Yes, it's not the Tales from the Borderlands writers that wrote the story up until the point of Tales from the Borderlands. That's why they kind of just said fuck it to the whole Reese and Fiona sub-story where they disappear at the end of Tales from the Borderlands. How the fuck did Reese get out of there? What happened? Where the fuck is Fiona? Why does he have a picture of Sasha on his desk? Where the fuck is Loaderbot?
Guess I should be enjoying
Why
this.
is Vaughn underwear stink guy now? It's such a disgusting fucking, like, it's an abysmal summary of the story.
I thought the same thing, like they basically retconned the Tales stuff.
Yes.
Honestly, I'd like a new VH to play. I like getting new Vault Hunters to play.
Yeah, but they already said they're not doing new Vault Hunters. But a lot of people agree they want more Vault Hunters, but it's way harder and costs them way more money than internally making new levels and content. Because when they're making new levels and content, they can have insider voice actors or voice actors that they're friends with who come in and do work very cheaply. That's how a lot of these DLCs are made. Whereas a character takes a lot more development time because they actually have to work in what is its gameplay mechanics going to be? How is it going to affect the environment? How is it going to work when you put it with these legendaries? This is why certain weapons cause the game to crash on certain characters. Why when you used to play Flak, you would have problems with rack attacks sometimes crashing the game if you got too many racks out at once and other shit like that. That's, again, why I kind of like Moze.
Should have all the previous characters as playable.
To be honest, that's what I wanted out of Borderlands 3. What I wanted out of Borderlands 3 was what the end of the pre-sequel was saying, where it's like war is coming and you're gonna need all the Vault Hunters you can get. Is this the war they were talking about? Like, they basically retconned everything from
to remake them,
BL2.
So many of them.
Well, you have to think of all the people that are technically alive.
Yeah, where
so
the hell is this war?
Krieg,
Not them.
Krieg is alive in the story, right? Krieg is alive. Axton is alive. Salvador is alive. Tiny Tina is alive and could be a possible character. Well, could have been a possible character. Now that she is a part of the story, she couldn't be. But those Vault Hunters all possessed the possibility before they wrote Borderlands 3 for them to actually be playable Vault Hunters. I would have loved if, when you picked a character in Borderlands, if the game's leveling was a lot more faster paced, but there were like 15 to 20 different Vault Hunters. Like you're playing a Street Fighter game. And it's just, the game's replayability comes from the fact that you want to replay the game and use legendaries on different characters that synergize with them better. Like Krieg would actually be the melee character that would make all the melee bullshit in this game actually work and not be bad.
Yeah. Whereas the Watcher? Whereas the rest of the BL2 cast? Why did they focus so much in Ava? WTF was Gearbox thinking? I have so many questions. They threw out all the rules for Siren lore.
Yeah, that's one of the other things that really got me fucking pissed off, is when they were like, oh yeah, just anyone can just be a Siren if they believe. Like when Angel died, I felt a tingling in my back, and all of a sudden
Why was Ava even made?
I was a Siren, but I didn't know it. Where'd these tattoos come from? I don't know. I wouldn't know because I always wear fully clothed skin, and now they had to remove my jacket so you could see my tattoos because I'm a Siren now. Look at me, I'm a Siren. Look at my butt, it's exposed now. But don't look at it because it's 2020, that's sexist.
This shit pissed me off.
Ava's... I really hope that they don't actually have a DLC that's planned around Ava. I really hope they don't. And another thing that I hope is that they continue to do DLC even after the season passes, like, fulfilled. Like they did with BL2.
Duck Tennis and Ava and Duck Gearbox killing Maya.
I can't believe that there was a 30-plus-year-old man who is paid by people to write for a video game or write a story for them. To write something as convoluted as, oh, this person didn't know they could leech people. They had never touched another human being or any other Siren in their life besides their sister. So when they touched Maya, and Maya started to feel the powers get, like, taken out of her, did she move? No, she just sits there and gets evaporated into nothingness and just tells Ava, like, you know what's going to, like, you know your destiny. It's a convoluted shitstorm of a story where the game expects you to know. It acts like characters and things know things already happen.
LOL touching your sister.
How the fuck does Maya know Ava is going to become a siren? Where are the rules? Why did all of a sudden, because Typhon DeLeon fucked this random woman named Leda, or however he pronounces it, why did that all of a sudden break the rules of what is established in the story? And not only that, why do they go to those lengths to make the game not connected and then add missions like the submission that you do for Handsome Jack's memories on Angel killing her mother, basically? And it shows how Jack got traumatized and why he locked Angel away. And it's like, how can you be so self-aware of your own story? I guess they were like, what's the only part of the story that matters? Oh, the part where Roland dies and Angel dies. That's a good part, right? That's the best part. Fucking idiots.
That was one of the best quests, and right, whoever did that quest gets it.
One of the other things about this game that kind of bothered me is I do appreciate, as much as I talk shit about the writers and stuff, I do appreciate that
to the mission tab you saw what missions were available in.
I do appreciate the fact that the developers have started to turn around and realize that, look,
in this game you
it's not fun to play a game full of legendaries where
small, but I liked it better.
90% of them are absolute garbage. No one enjoys that. No one enjoys playing a game that is half of the reward is trying to find one good legendary. And after buffing it, it makes it also fun because if you don't play after like a month, all these weapons get buffed, and all of a sudden things that you used to think were garbage, when they drop, now it's like a godsend. Like getting a health shock or a Krakatawa is no longer like a joke weapon. Even though a health shock was an alright weapon prior to the update, they made it good on all characters. It wasn't only good on Amara and Moze, sort of thing. And really, the only reason why the Hell Shock is even good on Moze is because of the 30% fire damage. I kind of wish, and if I was going to do a legendary class mod for Moze, one of the things that I would do, and one of the things that I would have done personally, is I would have made one of her legendary class mods, instead of it being like the Bear Trooper, I would have made it like the Fire Ranger or something like that.
The Tickspoon dude, that's really good on Moze. I've been rocking it ever since the buff.
Yeah, I already know that. I was using it the other day to level to 57 because I had a double penetrating Tiggs boom that was fire, and that shit absolutely melted anything it touched. It was one of the only weapons I had that could actually kill stuff in Mayhem 4. Currently, right now, I have a radiation one, and it doesn't have an anoint, so I haven't been using it a ton because I have all these other great anointed weapons to use, and it's hard for me to do takedown in Mayhem 4 because I suck at fighting Wotan. I can kill Wotan with a lucky 7, but getting to Wotan on Mayhem 4 and insta-killing everything is very hard for me. It takes so much focus to get through all that stuff, to get up to that point, to die because a Kraken hit you with a heat-seeking fucking missile or some nonsense. I don't know, I'm definitely going to farm takedown some more. But I'm actually going to get off pretty soon. I was already going to, but a bunch of people had stopped by just as I was about to get off, so I decided to stay and chat for a little bit, but I have to do some stuff. I'll probably still be on in another hour or so, but I won't be streaming because I'll be going.
Yes, Moze.
I'll be
I
getting
love her
off.
the most out of all the VH, but she definitely takes more work to do stuff like the takedown. Sigh, man.
Oh, I'm not getting off at the moment. I'll get off in like 15 more minutes or so. It's not light out enough for me to start doing stuff yet. Anyways, I was just gonna eat something before I started doing stuff, but I don't care, I'll eat after. I like talking. I very rarely get the chance to actually have a conversation with people that actually come by the stream, which is very rare for me. Well, I shouldn't say it's rare, it's just rare to have many different people saying something at once. And it's nice because a lot more people... I don't think it needs to be said that Borderlands 3 has a shitty story. But what needs to be said is that Borderlands 3 has gotten a lot better in terms of actually playing the game. When it came out, this game was abhorrent to play. It was terrible. And the fact it took them 4 to 6 months to get the point where the game actually felt rewarding and fun to play is also abhorrent. I normally sleep like during the afternoon or so. It doesn't really matter. I gotta do a bunch of stuff this morning, so I won't be sleeping regardless. It doesn't bother me though. Sleeping schedule has never really been something that is super important. At the moment, anyways. With the whole corona thing. Even small towns like the one I live in are almost completely shut down. Hopefully they continue on this buffing spree. I want this game to hopefully get to the point where you could get...
barely functioning, LOL.
I want this game to get to the point where you could get almost any legendary in the game, and at least if you're in the base difficulty, you can enjoy the power that that legendary has. Currently, there are some legendaries that you get, and they're a downgrade to a blue or a purple weapon.
I already have respiratory problems. That shit would probably kill my ass.
Yeah. I've survived pneumonia before, though, so...
RIP.
That's the part that's most worrisome. But a lot of the time, if you're young, you don't really get those symptoms.
I wanna see the bitch get buffed. Almost every other purple and legendary Hyperion SMG is better.
Yeah. That's what I didn't understand when they buffed the XZ41 but not the bitch. It's like, why? That gun deserved the buff so much more. That gun deserves a buff. The monocle needs a buff. The storm needs a buff. Needs a shot buff, not the effect buff.
Keeper.
The effect of the storm needs to get a benefit of your anoints, though. If the little shocky clouds also did your anoint bonus damage type, then the storm would probably be very good. It would probably be disgusting, like the lob and stuff like that, to be honest.
Bitch goes back to BL1, don't it?
1 second.
Yep, it has been in every BL game. The only other thing that I'd wish they'd do as well to Mayhem mode, to change item drops a little bit, is I would really love them to make it so that higher Mayhem mode means that you have a way higher likelihood of getting a better anoint. Because I do know that Mayhem mode... for another 20 mins.
I do know that Mayhem mode does increase the chances of a weapon being anointed, but it doesn't increase the chances of how good that anoint is. Because I find that I've gone through tons of elemental anoint weapons. I've only gotten a handful of them that have over 100% anoint increase. And to be honest, that could be much better.
Yeah, cause some anoints are trash.
The other thing that needs to be buffed, just because
like
it's
the
super...
sliding damage ones do t even pair well with Maliwan weapons. Or any weapons honestly lol.
Yeah. The Hornet is...
I don't think I even seen 1100% drop for any.
The worst thing currently is like the Hornet and how lack of effectiveness... how much lack of effectiveness it has compared to the BL2 version. Even against armored things, the Hornet is so bad. Even with good anoints, it's bad. And it shouldn't be that way. I have a couple 125s, like this Heartbreaker right here, 125, and then this Insider is 125. That's 50, 50, 50. 125 on a Cutsman. I got that when I was farming with Blondie, that person who was in my chat way earlier. I was farming with him and I got that from a loot midget in the Jackpot DLC.
The Insider is a beast on Moze. I need to get the 125 version though.
Yeah, it can go up to 150, but I have not gotten 150 yet on anything. See, that was another 125 on that Shred-a-Fire. The only reason why it was doing any good damage at all is that it was doing over double damage as fire and cryo at the same time. I have this Shredded Scourge with 160% increased splash damage. That is insane. I don't have an Unforgiven to crit swap with it. If I did, you could absolutely annihilate shit with it, though. I do have a Ruby's Wrath.
There is a
just for fun.
150 Incendiary?
Yeah, there's 150.
The BL2 Teapot even better than BL3 Hornet.
Yeah, there's 150 Incendiary. There's 150 of every element. They're just incredibly rare, like I was saying. Unless those were hacked in, save edited stuff that I saw in a YouTube video. I've definitely seen people who had 150% stuff. I just have never gotten one myself.
I've never gotten one either. This is news to me.
Hold on, I'll be able to answer if it's actually legitimate or not.
Really isn't any good quest reward uniques on BL3 like was on BL2. That's true. BL2 has stuff like the Sandhawk and Pimpernel fur quests.
Yeah. But those are in one DLC. Hold on, I'm trying to look up stuff right now.
Oh man, eyes are so heavy, going to bed later and stay salty. Emoji smiling face with open mouth.
Alright, man. Yeah, apparently 150% are not possible. I don't know where I saw that. So I guess 125 is what you want to go for. But there is 300% weapon damage on action skill end, which I've never seen. Which sounds really good on things like the Krakatoa. Krakatoa, however you pronounce it.
Open you up.
Is that a... yeah. I was like, is that a bitch?
Yeti 300 is for Amara.
With radiation anoint. Oh, for Amara. Yeah.
I have a lot of them on her. As funny how Amara is marketed as a melee character and all her voice lines of her bragging about her twist yet every class modern team.
Yeah. They only just recently added a tank one for her in the new DLC. But it gives you skills to gun damage, if I remember correctly.
Barely any melee supporting to make it even decent. We need a bunch of min-max speed.
Hellwalker? Sure. I did not shoot that barrel. I solemnly disagree with the fact that I shot that barrel. Indubitably. Doobity-doobity. Is this guy gonna reach? Yeah, this is not gonna work. We're taking him out, sadly. All these armored enemies. What is it? Wait, was that Hellwalker anointed with anything? Oh, auto bear stuff.
You do not want this.
I find it funny, I have a hard time not killing them with this, but the Hellwalker has a hard time killing the enemy in general.
Fresh hot death.
Gotta get better at Doom, dude. No, I can't Doom that enemy. Goodbye.
Borderlands is starting to play like the game I imagined. Now they just got a drop good story in the DLC with even more guns.
And buff more of the existing guns. Honestly, a lot of the guns would be fun if they were just stronger. Imagine if the Mario gun did like absurd damage on a hit, is basically what I'm saying. Because, I mean, it, like, one hits things in its own game world, it should do, like, fucking 20,000 damage, like, easily. Like, its damage card should be ridiculous. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about this weapon right here. This weapon should do millions of damage on hit.
Oh yeah, LOL. I've only used that gun like twice. Yeah, it has such a cool gun, but it has just not powerful RN.
It's... If you're in an enemy's face, it actually does okay damage, but... I just wish it did, like, so much more. Like, at least 5 times the damage. You can't even use it on a lot of the bosses because they move around and jump in the air and are in the air. There are so many things you can't even use that fucking weapon on. Like, what is it actually gonna hurt being strong? Oh, what? You're gonna kill Mouthpiece so fast? Yeah, because I want the dubstep gun. How do you get this door open? How do you do this? How do you get in there? Do any of you guys know how you get in there? Is it a submission or something that I haven't found yet? Because it says there's a submission here when I view this area from a different location, but...
Funny sound effect.
What you mean on the...
You open the door by doing the face blade quest line. Quest line. Put us in the first haven. You can always scared me.
What? You're always scared of this? What, like something's broken in the game? Come on, we can get up with this. We can do this. Mario gun only, no snipers. We gotta kill the sniper though.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound right, LOL. The sheriff will give it after you finish the DLC. One of the best quest lines in Borderlands in my opinion.
Mario only mayhem port. Yo, stop running away. I'm like the best Mario player in the world. And that's the way you always die in Mario. Dun 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 dun. You died to yourself. I can spam it so fast that I can make the accuracy go up like it's fully automatic. Because it is single fire. You can't hold down the thing. It's just like in Mario. If you want to shoot faster, you gotta master the art of I got good at it from using Jacobs in the pre-sequel, which are way easier to stay accurate in that game. In this game, it's actually way harder to spam because your accuracy always goes up, so you have to also get good at holding down. While doing that at the same time, while you're basically shaking the entire fucking controller. But I can't fire that fast. I can't do it that fast. That's inhuman, at least with the button available. I could probably do it if it was a flat button. I could maybe get to that speed. Here, as a joke. Let's see. Getting there. Hold on. I need to set my controller down
so I can do this.
Oh yeah, it reminds me, have you seen the PS5 controller picture?
Yeah. Hold on. I can't get it as fast as I want to. I know I used to be able to go even faster than that, but I don't know if this button is bouncy enough because of the little rubber piece that actually bounces it up. I need like a spring. Yeah, I don't think I can go faster with it being that way. I'm trying to get it. You can see where I can get those little bursts in when I can get it extra fast. If I could just do that the entire time. Because that's not fully automatic. That is me tapping that. I can almost make my accuracy go 90 degrees. Hold on, I gotta change that back. Yeah, it's just so much harder to go as fast with the way that the trigger is. You can see why I can always beat you in arm wrestling, Hyro. Because tapping with a flat button is so much faster if you know the way. You got to be careful though, because you can really give yourself a repetitive stress injury. So every time you do that stuff, you got to stretch your arm out and do like the hand crunches, because that shit will fucking give you tendinitis. Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.